know if you guys saw this, but Sarkisian came out and said that Arch and Quinn are in a battle for QB1. So I took a second. I saw this and I go, that's an interesting, thing to come out and say week one. And here's why I think it's interesting, because I feel like Quinn did a great job of earning his position last year. I think when he was off the field, you noticed. And when he came on the field, you noticed. And you have somebody who had a perfect score coming out of high school. You have another guy coming in with a perfect score. We talked about this being a controversial quarterback room, how you land both number one quarterbacks in back-to-back classes, and now possibly back-to-back running back classes. I don't know what Sarkisian's doing, but it's working. But for him to come out and say that, I was like, is it a Saban-esque move? Right? A typical Saban comment where it's like, yeah, they're battling for it, just to kind of like stir shit up and just leave it out there, right? Where it's like nobody earns the job, but deep down, everyone knows and Quinn knows it's my job to lose kind of thing. Or is it really his job to win? And I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe, think about it, Quinn is only a sophomore, a true sophomore. So for Arch to come in and possibly win the job, it's not that crazy, right? And we kind of talked about this early on. Arch, the chance for Arch to step in they're going to be insane if Quinn starts to have a rough time. I'm bought in on Quinn, even though he shaved off his mullet. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next year, because whoever wins the job, I see one of these guys leaving. I could be wrong. I just don't see either one of these guys spending a year on the bench. Quinn's not going to spend his junior year, and Arch is hell for sure not going to spend a sophomore year on the bench if he feels he should be playing. So, what do you think? Is it Sarkisian? You kind of just putting smoke out there, or do you really feel it's a 1v1 here?
Well, look, so one, Ewers is already transferred without a medical issue, so he can't transfer again. He's gonna have to stick with whatever Sarkisian goes with. Ewers, he transferred from Ohio State.
Oh shit, you're right.
He can't go he can't make a second transfer just because he doesn't like the situation. So
hold on. But that was so okay. So that first year, I forgot he did. He left his senior year of high school to go to Ohio State to collect a bag. But was he actually a college student? Because I don't think he played. So he was a redshirt. He was a redshirt freshman. That is a weird thing. Okay, I forgot about that. That is interesting.
He was a redshirt freshman. He was absolutely on the Ohio State roster as a redshirt freshman. He transferred to Texas, so he is a redshirt sophomore this year. He was a freshman last year, starting the season for them. But he can't just outright. You can't just keep transferring. That the NIL and all the new rules don't work that way.
Yeah, you're right. That's huge. Okay, so Sarkisian's playing chess. I know you're right, but I wonder if there's a loophole, because I know when he went to Ohio State, he only went to Ohio State so he could collect on NIL money as a senior in high school. And I know he played on the team.
What stops you from going to any school and getting NIL money and then wanting to transfer?
No, I agree. But he was the number one quarterback with the perfect rating. It seemed like there was a more enticing reason to go. I just don't remember him being like an actual student enrolled. I remember when we talked about him, it was a very weird situation. I don't remember. Keep.
We actually, you know what? Think about this. Go way back to when we first started this channel, when it was BDE. Yeah. We actually played film of him in the Ohio State practices.
Yes, you're not wrong.
So he was absolutely on the roster, and he transferred to Texas, and he played his first year.
So they have him as a class. So he's a redshirt freshman, and they have him in the class.
He's a redshirt sophomore. Yeah, last year. Okay, now he's a redshirt sophomore.
Okay, so that first year
I don't know if he can just keep transferring around.
Yeah, it shows he was committed to 2020 to Ohio State for 2021 class. So, yeah, I guess because he was – but here's the thing, though. He was the number one quarterback for the class before Arch. That's where I'm confused on. So when he committed to Ohio State, that wasn't technically his class. That's the part I'm confused on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wonder if it's one of those things where you can redesignate your class. You know what I mean? Like, I think
he was a redshirt. I wonder because he never really played at Ohio State. He was a redshirt. He didn't play a single down. So that year technically doesn't count. I wonder if there's a loophole there where it's like you didn't play, so it doesn't really count as a year there. And
that's a possibility. But I mean, at the same time, like we've got, you've got a Manning who's coming in. A Manning is not going to be there for more than 3 years. Let's just be honest. But do you want to throw a Manning in on? again,
It'll be interesting to see if Arch takes the redshirt route.
I don't think. Why would you? Why would you take a red shirt if you know you're not going to be there for 4 years? What's the point?
Well, do you think? But again, if you don't think you're going to play, right, then you redshirt to get that to give you the opportunity.
He will play, and I guess that's my.
You think he's gonna? You think he's
play.
gonna take it? You think he's gonna earn it this year?
No. I didn't say he was going to take the job. I said that he'll play. You have to keep in mind there are going to be times where Texas blows out somebody who's on their schedule. Well, why would you not want to get Arch Manning some reps and things like that? He'll play. He's just not going to be the starter. You want Ewers to be your starter. Now, look, if Ewers goes out there and by game 3, he's thrown 9 interceptions, you might start getting the chance of we want Manning. But I don't think he's the starter from day one. Do they redshirt him? No.
Okay.
I think any opportunity that you're in a position for a football team as Texas to where you feel comfortable to put him in as a backup, he doesn't get a red shirt. I think he plays enough. But I don't
Texas is doing a phenomenal job. I mean, obviously transferring to the SEC, having a top 3 class last year, probably going to finish in the top 5 again this year. They're doing all the right things right now. And again, Texas to me is like the Cowboys. They're like America's football team. Like everybody they're always back, and they haven't been back. But it's going to be very interesting to see how they navigate this quarterback room. It's exciting to watch. I'm pumped to see it go down, and see again who pulls out on top. It's going to be very interesting.
Is the Big 12 pissed off if Texas makes it to the
could you
Big
imagine
12 championship? God, they're just going to be so mad, right?
They make it to a Final Four, right on their year out. Like they're finally are back, and they're like, all right, see you later. We're gonna go bring all this love to the SEC. See you later, guys.